Hi, I'm April, and I will be demonstrating the new V4 matrix system by Triodent. Everything you see here is included in the new V4 starter pack. All of the consumables are compatible with the Triodent pin tweezer. So at the top here we have a press to open, and then we have press to grip toward the bottom. So when you're working with this, you want to hold it down at the press to grip area. The tip of this has gold to identify where the pin is, and there's a little pin that sticks out of here. This fits into all of our consumables. I'm going to go ahead and place the ClearMetal matrix in the pin tweezer. ClearMetal is the only transparent matrix with the advantage of metal malleability, and there are hundreds of resin-filled micro windows that allow the light to pass through. And it's non-stick, so it's easier to remove. The band is anatomically shaped, so burnishing isn't needed unless you're wanting to customize the contour. You do want to make sure that the matrix band is touching the adjacent tooth. So I'm going to go ahead and place this. I'm going to bend it at a 90-degree angle first and place this in the preparation. I'm going to trap this with my finger and bend this tab down against the adjacent tooth, and that's going to help lock it in there and also set that marginal ridge height. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and place my wedge in the pin tweezer. The new V4 wedge has a segmental design, so each section moves independently. This enhances the flexibility and actually gives a better matrix seal on the gingival margin. So I'll go ahead and place a finger on this tab and then place the wedge just until I feel resistance, and then I'm going to stop pushing. So when that wedge is placed, I have really great seal and contour against the band, but minimal separation because all of the separation actually comes from the V4 rings. The V4 ring has a wider indication for use for small or large cavity preparations. There's both a molar and a premolar ring, and they're both made of super elastic nickel titanium, so that's going to produce your optimal tooth separation for consistently tight contacts. V4 has these transparent tines, and this is going to allow you to initiate the curing phase for bulk filling and those deeper cavities. But you can just as easily use V4 with your traditional composites. These ring tines are shaped for superior matrix adaptation, and this is going to result in minimal finishing for you. And due to the smooth surface of those tines, they can be kept clean a lot easier. The V4 rings were tested in over 1,200 sterilization cycles, and due to the stability of the ring, there's a 2-year warranty. The shape of the tines actually sits right on top of a triangular shaped wedge. So you have a nice stable placement. Alright, when I go to place the V4 ring, I'm going to use the Triodent forceps, which was designed to work with all of the different Triodent V rings. You'll notice it locks into these little notches, and it's contoured and locked around in the back so that it doesn't slip off during placement or removal. So when I'm placing this ring, I'm going to bump these tines right up against the band and rock it right on top of the wedge. And before I release this, I'm going to put a finger on top of this just to make sure that it's seated properly, and that's also going to ensure that that marginal ridge height hasn't changed. And then I'm just going to do a light burnish with the Triodent pin tweezer to make sure that I'm touching the adjacent tooth with the band. The V4 premolar ring is one of the only rings that'll actually sit on that distal of the canine nice and stable. Also, if I'm wanting to do an MOD on that first bicuspid, I can turn this ring around and do what we would call butterflying of the rings. Keep in mind that if you're going to initiate that cure phase through the ring in the matrix, it's recommended that you place the ring distally for optimal access with the light, meaning that nickel titanium portion is facing the back of the mouth. Alternatively, if you're wanting to do quadrant dentistry, you can actually stack these rings. You'll place the forward ring first, and then you can stack the rings on top of each other. You don't have to have a long and short ring due to the angle of the V4 rings. Although the system was designed for deeper restorations, it can also be used with your standard Class 2 composite restorations, and you will still achieve those consistently tight contacts. If you have any further questions, please visit triodent.com.